Donald Trump's definitive win over Kamala Harris in Texas all but dashed Democratic hopes of turning the state blue in the near term. Donald Trump's victory in Texas was widespread, winning the popular vote in 242 of 254 counties. His performance in Texas was a significant contributing factor to why Kamala Harris lost the national popular vote. A red wave rolled over the Lone Star State as President Donald Trump won Texas by more than a 1.5 million vote margin over Vice President Kamala Harris. President Donald Trump's vote total surged to nearly 6.4 million votes, the first presidential candidate to win more than 6 million votes in Texas. Donald Trump increased his vote total over his own performance in 2020 by just over 500,000 votes. Harris received a little more than 4.8 million votes, a decline of 425,000 votes compared with Joe Biden in 2020. Donald Trump's notable gains, combined with Harris's shortfall in the Lone Star State, resulted in a nearly 14 percentage point win over the vice president. Texas has long been a Republican stronghold, voting for the Republican presidential candidate in every election for 44 years. In recent years, Texas has become a majority-minority state, with the Hispanic, Latino, and Black populations together making up the majority, and with the white demographic dropping below 40%. This changing demographic landscape had given the Democrats hope of flipping the state blue. President Trump swept the historically blue Rio Grande Valley, made up of 4 counties, 3 of which directly border Mexico and are predominantly Hispanic Latino. The key issues, the economy, and dissatisfaction with how the southern border and the undocumented immigrant crisis was handled during the Biden-Harris administration. In Cameron County, home to the city of Brownsville, situated at the border crossing with Matamoros, Mexico, President Trump won with nearly 61,000 votes, a 12,000 vote increase over his 2020 performance. Kamala Harris received only 54,000 votes, falling short of Joe Biden's 2020 vote tally by almost 10,000. President Donald Trump made history by winning Starr County, which is 98% Hispanic Latino, the county with the highest proportion of Hispanic Latinos in the 50 states. Long a Democratic stronghold, this was the first time a Republican won the county in more than a century. In Hidalgo County, which is over 90% Hispanic Latino and home to the city of McAllen and 5 border crossings with Mexico, Kamala Harris's vote share plummeted by nearly 24,000 votes, or 18.5% compared to Joe Biden in 2020, while President Trump increased his vote share by a little over 20,000. Trump defeated Harris in Hidalgo by just over 6,000 votes. President Trump's vote total surged north and west along the Rio Grande River, sweeping 14 of the 18 counties within 20 miles of the southern border. Trump won Maverick County, which is 95% Hispanic Latino and home to the famous border town of Eagle Pass. Kamala Harris again fell short of Joe Biden's 2020 results. In Webb County, which is over 95% Hispanic Latino and home to the city of Laredo, Harris declined nearly 10,000 votes compared with Biden in 2020, while Donald Trump increased his vote total from his own performance in 2020 by 7,500 votes, winning the county by over 4%. Kamala Harris did win the large and diverse population centers of Harris County, home to the city of Houston, Bexar County, home to San Antonio, and Dallas and El Paso counties, but not by a wide enough margin. Trump even edged out a win in Tarrant County, home of Fort Worth. Donald Trump cut into urban margins by winning more voting share from 2 key demographic groups, Hispanic Latinos and Blacks, while Kamala Harris had significant voter drop-offs compared with Joe Biden. President Trump defeated Kamala Harris decisively by 187,000 votes in the Grand Canyon state, thanks in large part to Hispanic Latino voters as he outperformed his own 2020 results. Kamala Harris fell short of Joe Biden's 2020 vote total by just under 90,000. But the fight for the most votes takes place every 4 years in vote-rich Maricopa County, home to the city of Phoenix. And Donald Trump did what he had to do, increasing his vote tally by nearly 56,000 from his performance in 2020, while Kamala Harris shed 61,000 votes from Biden's 2020 total. Kamala Harris lost Maricopa County to Donald Trump by more than 71,000 votes. In Nevada, Trump surged in Clark County, home to the city of Las Vegas, significantly cutting into where Democrats have run up voter margins in the state's most populous county in recent presidential elections. While Biden won Clark County by 21%, Harris only won by 5.5%, setting the stage for a Trump victory in the Silver State, the first for a Republican in 20 years. Trump ran up his vote totals in 15 heavily rural counties, including Douglas and Lyon, with high turnout, riding the wave of dissatisfaction over the economy. I'm Claire Leka. Thanks for joining us for this special Jumptuit Datacast series on the 2024 U.S. presidential election on why Vice President Kamala Harris lost the popular vote. In episode 4, we go behind the numbers in the Sunshine State of Florida. Jumptuit Datacast, your gateway to expert data.